Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so sorry I've been so inconsistent lately. As you can see, I'm now in college, so it's like I'm just trying to adapt to everything, get back to my normal routine or whatnot. So I promise I'm gonna be more consistent now. Yeah, so college is pretty lit. For those I know are wondering, college is pretty lit. It's just a lot of responsibility, just time management. It's pretty lit, like, you know, it's not as like hard as people make it seem. It's pretty much what you make it. But that's another video for another time. Today I really wasn't gonna make this video. My plan was to do my homework and then just like go to sleep because I'm so tired. But it's just something inside of me, like, I don't know. I just feel like I have to make this video. Today, excuse me, I'm sick. Today is gonna be a pretty serious video. I'm gonna be talking about my testimony. I mean, I obviously have several testimonies. Just me living right now, breathing right now is a testimony itself. But this is one of the biggest trials I went through in my life. My cousin passed, I think it was like in January. And it was really hard for me to grasp because she was my favorite cousin. You know, I was always at her house. Like, we were really close. Like, you know, my parents didn't have anywhere to put me. Like, she's always like, no, come bring her here. She's family. Like, you know, don't worry about it. So when I was younger, I definitely spent a lot of time with her. She was like in her 20s and she had cancer. Now, the thing about me, when it comes to things like that, I don't know, it's like a defense mechanism for me. I just shut down and I just like in denial. I just try to like avoid the situation as much as I can. So when I found out she had cancer, I was shocked. I really was shocked. Like, I was so shocked to the point where I didn't even cry because I was in denial. Like, I was like, she has cancer? She was just fine a couple weeks ago, you know? So the whole time when they were like, you know, she's getting worse, you need to go see her and she's getting worse. I think I saw her like once or twice towards the beginning when she first got it. And then I just, you know, I was just so scared to see her because I did not want to see her like that. Because I saw pictures. Iverson was telling me, like, you know, she got really skinny. And when I saw her the first time, she was so small and it was so hard for me to see her like that. So, of course, I try to avoid seeing her, which is not good. It's not good at all. But that's just how I deal with things because I never dealt with death personally. Like, she's the first person that ever died to me that was close to me that I was always so used to being around, you know? So I just didn't know how to react to that. So I was thinking, you know, yeah, I'm going to see her this such and such time. But despite me doing that, there was not one day that went by that I did not pray for her. I always think about her. I always prayed for her. So I always just thought, you know, she's going to get better. Like, her sister telling me, don't worry about it. You know, she's just going to get better. Focus on school. God has a plan for her. So as years went by, I just always avoided seeing her. And I remember it was maybe a month before she died, or 2 months before she died, she went blind and she was having seizures. So you would have thought, like, you know, okay, go see her though. Like, come on. I'm sorry. You would have thought that would have been like, okay, Adele, go see her, you know, she's not doing so well. Because over the years, they were saying, you know, she's getting better. I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to cry. They're saying, you know, she's getting better or whatnot. So I was like, okay, I'll just see her when she gets better because I just did not want to see her at all because I'm the type of person, I'm very emotionally sensitive. Even though it seems like, you know, I'm really, like, you know, outgoing and stuff, like I have a hard shell, I'm really, really sensitive. So any little thing that I see, like if I see her so small like that, it will literally bother me every day. Like, I'll see that image every single day. So I always tried to not see her, you know. So she went blind and she was having seizures, and it was just like a shock because they were saying she was getting better this whole time. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go see her. But I never got around to it. I remember I was going to go interview for the leadership scholarship that I had, and I was in Fort Lauderdale, And I was literally like, okay, I'm gonna go see her. Like, when I go back down, I really have to see her. I'm about to go to college, you know. I need to go see her. So the plan was for me after that weekend, I was gonna go see her. But I remember it was the day before I was supposed to interview for my scholarship, and in the group chat, someone said, Susie passed. And I remember reading it, I was just like, what? What do you mean Susie passed? Like, I just did not, it did not process. So I was doing the activities that I had to do like that whole weekend for the interview or whatnot, and I just remember Ivo called me, and he was like, yeah, Susie passed. And that's when I still didn't hit me, but I started crying. I busted into tears like in front of everyone. And I'm the type of person, I don't cry publicly. I don't show emotion publicly because I just don't want that attention on me. I just want to deal with my problems on my own and then, you know, pray and just like, you know. But it was horrible. Still afterwards, it still didn't hit me that she died. It still did not hit me. Like, okay, I was told she died, but in my heart, it's like, nah, she's just, you know, in the hospital or something. That weekend, that Saturday, I went to her mom's house. Cause, you know, after someone dies, everyone goes to their house, you know, gives their condolences. So I went with Naya. Naya came with me. And we went inside. And, you know, all the family was like, hey, how you been? I haven't seen you forever. And what's worse about that is her older brother, a couple weeks before she died, her older brother's like, you know, Susie wants to see you, you know. You need to come by the house. I was like, yeah, I'm going to come. But I was just so scared, you know. So then, fast forward, when we went to the house that weekend, when I came back from my interview, we went to the house, and it still didn't hit me until I went inside the room. I went inside Susie's mom's room, and everyone was in there, you know, trying to console her. And then I came, I was like, hi, Martha, and then I was saying hi and stuff. Now I didn't know who Susie was. So Susie's mom goes, did you know Susie? Now goes, no. And she goes, she shows now a picture of Susie. She's like, there's Susie. Now she's gone. And I busted out crying. Like, I literally ran out the house and I started crying. Like, I never cried so hard in my life. Like, I had an emotional breakdown. And I was just, like, trying to calm me down. And then Susie's dad, my uncle, was trying to calm me down. But I just could not stop crying because it's just, like, it really hit me. Like, she's really gone. And I never had the opportunity, you know, to really, like, you know, talk to her or whatnot. So when that happened, the amount of pain I went through, I literally was beating myself up every night. I'll cry myself to sleep every single night because I just wouldn't I wouldn't allow myself to forgive myself for, you know, not being there for her when she was. Hold on. I never wanted to forgive myself for not being there for her. So the pain I was experiencing those couple months, it was so hard. But when you serve a living God like I do, He'll turn any heartbreak that you have and he'll turn it into happiness. I never would have thought I'd be able to talk about Susie and be so mellow. Because when she passed at the viewing, I went crazy. I literally went crazy. And my friends were there. They were there to support me. And I also thank God for that, for giving me friends. Because if it wasn't for God and if it wasn't for the support system I had, I really don't think I would be here. Because when the devil is in your head, you can do crazy things to yourself. And if you don't have God, you will literally drive yourself over the edge. And the things I would say to myself in my head at night, it was crazy. Like, I really would not forgive myself. So, she passed. It was really hard for me, and I just turned to God, you know, and he really, really comforted me. He really gave me a consolation to the point where even at the funeral, I didn't shed a tear. At the funeral, I was crying, but that whole night, I was praying, I was crying, I was just, God, like, be here with me, give me strength to go to that funeral tomorrow and look at her. And I saw her for the last time, and not one tear shed. And that's the thing with God. No matter what you've done, where you've been, he'll always be there for you, open arms. He'll always provide consolation for you. So if you're going through anything, whether it's going through a death or heartbreak where you feel like you literally cannot make it through the day, God has your back. I promise you. Just don't think that, oh, you're a horrible person, God will not have your back. He will have anyone's back. You're his child. He sent his only son to die on the cross for you, so you don't have to suffer those heartbreaks. So as soon as you call on God, he will give you strength that you never knew you were able to have. I never would have thought in a million years that I could look at Susie in a casket. I could look at Susie going down on the ground. Someone that literally raised me, basically. I looked at her like a big sister. If I could see her go down to the ground, knowing that I wasn't there for her in her last days, and not shed a tear, he will be there for you. Just turn to God. Do not turn to your friends. You could complain to your friends, you could complain to your mom, you could complain to your boyfriend all day long, but the only person that can actually give you consolation, give you strength through all your hardship is God. I'm telling you. And I was raised in the church, and I never had a connection with God until recently. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like going to church was like a ceremonial thing. It was like a ritual. Like, I just went there because my parents forced me to go. But when you experience God for yourself, it's something, it will change your life. I'm not saying you won't ever sin again. I'm not saying you won't ever make mistakes, but it's certain things you'll be able to go through and you'll feel more comfortable because you always had that assurance that God's going to be there for you and he'll always guide you through. So, when he literally got me through that, it was amazing. I still think about her every single day. I think about her every single day. There's not one day that goes by that I do not think about her. But I can think about her in the memories, not the hardships. And I thank God for that. God had my back he'll have your back even when you're literally running from him. Even when you want nothing to do with God. God will be, okay, whenever you're ready, I'm here. How many people do you know that will do that for you? You push them away. You do everything possible for them to, just forget about you. God will never forget about you. You could curse his name. You could do any evils that you could think of, and God will still be there for you. As soon as you call him, as soon as you pray, Lord, he'll always be there for you, open arms. Because of Jesus' death on the cross, you no longer have to worry about the sins that you committed. Be Christ conscious. Anytime you think about your sins and you think, dang, I'm a horrible person, say, thank you, God, for the cross. Instantly, you're good. The cross washes our sins continuously. So don't beat yourself up. That's what I had to learn. I learned not to beat myself up about this. So I just really thank God for the cross. I thank God for, being there for me in my hardest moments, because you can tell everyone, you can tell your guidance counselor, you can tell your parents, but no one could actually, give you the strength. No one can actually, just be there for you every minute of the day. And it's just like, people that think, oh, he's invisible. Like, how do you even feel that? When you pray, it's like, it's undescribable. When you feel God, it's undescribable. Honestly, you have to experience it for yourself to understand. Like, you feel him. Like, you feel so much more comfortable. Like, I was crying that whole night before the viewing. And the second that I prayed to God, I was given instant strength. I watched my cousin go 5 feet under in front of my eyes and not one tear shed, because that's the God that I serve. So my whole point today is stop depending on everyone and anyone else for anything. Depend on God. God has your back no matter what you've done. I'm telling you, God is living and he will have your back. And I wasn't going to make this video. I really wasn't. Only a few people close to me know how hard it was for me when Susie passed. So I'm telling the whole world now. So I just want to let you guys know, God is living and he has your back. And don't be ashamed. Bye, guys.